Salut and welcome to this unboxing video. As you've probably already seen, Sam's done one for the Empire Battlegroup. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet, unfortunately, so I may go over the same things as Sam said already, possibly, so apologies for that if that happens, but this is the nature of recording these things sort of ad hoc. So let's open the box, shall we? Get this clean film off. As you've probably seen, we've done a lot of AC stuff already. We've been both very excited to get hold of this, and we're hoping to potentially unbox these together, but that didn't happen, sadly. So we are just going to have to do them separately for this time, and hopefully maybe in the future we might be able to do something. I did do a photo on the lounge, not the lounge because this is not Dystopian Wars, on Storm of Steel, showing the size differences. So this is it's not too far off the big Skaven Tide box that Games Workshop have just released for Age of Sigmar. It's taller than a large starter box, so it's a good size basically. So what we've got here is we've got our Armoured Clash pamphlet with all the nice details on there about Armoured Clash, and then we've got one of the lovely maps. I believe, if I remember rightly, Stuart saying something about this is an Armoured Clash one in comparison to but it looks pretty much the same as the Dystopian Wars one to me. But yeah, nice big full colour Dystopian Age map with all the faction areas on it, showing who's got what territories and so on, and it's got all the Promethean complexes throughout the world that the Enlightened have, the World's Chasm one being a very important one, obviously. So I'm actually glad I've got one of those because I didn't have one up to now, and I very much wanted one. It may get framed at some point. What else have we got? Dice. There's not much to say about dice. They've got a good weight to them, to be fair. So they've got all the symbols on that have been shown off on the Storm of Steel, and obviously when we play the game properly, we'll probably go through more about how we felt the dice worked in that capacity. So the rulebook, this is quite chunky. There's plenty of diagrams in here, I like that. Colour pictures of models, always excellent. Art, obviously, always fantastic. You've got your little page reference things for different things. That's really cool. Yeah, looks like there's tons of diagrams in here, which is excellent. Lots of references. There's your attack steps, so being in the positive or negative. Excellent stuff. The nice big bit of colour art. I think that's going to separate out the rules from the lore bits. Nice big character colour bits. The unfortunate thing is that we have recently got a dog, so you can probably hear her snuffling around. That seems really nicely laid out. Lots of diagrams. Oh, hello. Land train. Interesting. What's any of the little bits in here? Oh. Enlightened. Looks like walkers. Now, as you can see here as well, the on the council it was said, I keep saying the council and the lounge, on Discord it was said that the Enlightened are going to be similar to the Wild West Exodus ones for the Spider Cav and the Mono Cav and the Sickle Cav, but as you can see, the art shows them with helmets on, so they look more like soldiers than obviously the corpses with wires hanging out of them of the Wild West Exodus ones. So yeah, you can see the difference. Yeah, that's really nice, and it feels really good quality as well. That's a familiar name. I wonder who that is. Don't know who that is either. Very nice. Look forward to digging into that properly. We've got token sheets. So the tokens are already coming out, which is quite nice. Out to the shop dog. Oh, I didn't see that. The tokens sheet is double-sided, so it has the numbers on one side and then your actual markers for your conditions and things on the other side. That's quite cool. There's a token that's popped out already. At least I know that they're not going to be difficult to pop out like they sometimes are and get stuck and you have the bits of cardboard that are sort of torn off. There's another one. Right. I've got the cards. I'm not going to open the pack and go through them because they're cards. You'll see them yourself. It's got the Command and Conquest, so they've got the numbers in the corners as well to say what the value is for taking morale tests, which is quite nice. I like the design in the back. Again, like all the cards that we've got from Wild West Exodus and from Dystopian Wars have all been pretty good quality. They're not like flimsy thin things like some of the cards that you get in board games and stuff. They're nice good card stock. So yep. Right then, let's have a look at the resin. So the Crown Landship variants have been shown off quite a bit, but I will just sort of show how the breakdown is. So you've got the main chassis there, quite big. I will, once things are put together as well, I do like to do size comparisons so people sort of get a good feel of how big or small certain things are. So I will do like a side by side for Dystopian Wars and then a couple of other things. Then you've got the dome for the Sovereign. And we have the chimney stacks for and the balcony sort of things. Quite good. As always, War Cradle resin, absolutely stunning. Right, so the tri-barrel that was on the last sprue is actually not a chimney, it is a gun emplacement. I don't know why, but I thought that was going to be separate, but yeah. So the gun emplacement will go on there, and then it fits there. Nice, easy construction for that, and then the chimney stacks down here. Then I'm guessing the balconies go under these doors here. So nice easy construction, as always with War Cradle resin. It is absolutely crisp, very little flash and cleanup. There's a little bit of a nub there, but honestly never had a single issue with any War Cradle resin at all. It's always been absolutely spot on. So pop that back into the bag. My plan is to build and paint these over the next few days, and then hopefully get them sprayed up in the week once they're completed, and then we'll have a nice slightly painted up force, if nothing else. It'll at least be base coated. Wow, that's a lot of bases. Okay. Oh, we got little flags and everything with them as well. Interesting. This is the widgets and tokens sprue. So these discs are very, very, as you can see, like compared to my hand, and my hands aren't that small. That is a pretty sizable bit of tokenage there. And the legendary, what does it go up to? 34-inch ruler. You will have to buy multiple sets to get that, but still, that'd be quite a sight once it's all put together. And you got the little turn counter as well, which is quite cool. The turning template, which anybody who plays Wild West Exodus or Dystopian Wars will be very familiar with. So very nice. Right, we have a ton of sprues here for bases. They all look pretty much the same. Right, we'll probably have to get to those at the bottom, because I think they are underneath the other ones, maybe. But yeah, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base sprues there for infantry and cavalry, and I believe they also for the dragoons as well. So plenty of bases there. Is that? It is, yeah. So this is the industrial Dystopian Wars terrain. I love the construction of this because it's a lot of the sprue is actually something that's used rather than the wastage of stuff. There's plenty on there, so that's pretty cool. So you get 2 of the larger bits, and then 2 of the smaller bits. And again, like a lot of that sprue is for construction rather than just being plastic that's going to go into the bin and not get recycled probably. So there is very little wastage on there. I've not actually seen this up close. It's very, very nice. You get walls and floors, and the walls are double-sided, so you can sort of mix and match. Very cool. Be interested to see how they go together. But they won't be going together sooner rather than later, because here is where we are going to be spending a lot of time constructing things. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues for armour. Stick together. They all look exactly the same from what I can see. So yep, They all look exactly the same, so we'll put 3 of them to the side and we'll focus on just the one. So what have we got here? So we've got a pilot for a Dragoon. We've got the tracks. We've got, I'll flip it over in a second. We've got the barrel for the gun. We've got what looks like the emplacement bits for the gun. We've got some crew down here as well. Let's flip it over to the other side. So yeah, well, we've got the tank. There's the front of the artillery. I've had plenty of photos of these on Facebook and Discord at the minute, so I'm not going to give you like super close-ups, but you can see how crisp the detail is. Like, it's I mentioned this to Chris, and I think I've said it a couple of times before on the podcast and on the channel, that it is quite astounding how much detail is on these for the size that they are. It is, like, I've seen some of the other stuff that you can get, and it's just not quite the same as the detail that you get on these guys. I'm still a little nervous about painting them, but looking at the detail in person before they've been painted, they're a nice clear borders and lines where the detail goes between the boots, the coats, the heraldry and things, and the bandoliers. So it shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, but we'll see. I am quietly confident that it should be fine. So yeah, very nice. So you got 4 of those armoured sprues, and then obviously I imagine the same. Yep. So another 4 for the light infantry. And what have we got on here? So on the light infantry, it is quite packed actually. So it looks like we have the rocket pack troopers across here. We've got some of the sharpshooter riflemen here. We've got some of the engineers here. Nice standard bearer there for the command. And again, Stuart said, and Chris I think, and Parker talked about the amount of options you get on the sprues, and that you could quite easily stick some guys running around on the land ships to give them a bit more character. So just flip it over quickly, and you've got the light artillery guns here. You've got the artillery for the mortar variant of the APC, and that's where that goes in, and then you've got the roof, the standard APC. So it's quite a neat little sprue. There's tons on there. It's very nice. It looks like the rocket troopers are, yeah, it looks like the rocket troopers are, so only certain ones will go with certain jetpacks by the looks of things, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, all in all, that is like a ton of plastic in this box. An absolute monster of a box. You can see why they needed a bigger box to fit everything in, because crikey, it is a lot of stuff. It doesn't look that complicated to put together. I know the build instructions went up the other day, and I had a quick nose on Facebook at them, but I didn't have a proper look at them, I'll be honest, because I just haven't had the time. It's been a busy couple of days for me personally. I will also need to figure out how best to put those together, because I'd like a reasonable couple of buildings out of those, and then need to figure out what's the most efficient and cool looking build I can get out of them. I imagine there is a ton of configurations just looking at the sprue on its own. It's all gone back in fairly neatly as well. I can't really complain. Stick you back on there. You guys can go back down here. You can go back on there. Yeah, so like I say, I am going to attempt to put things together over the next couple of days, and hopefully by Wednesday, Thursday I will have the ability to give them a nice undercoat, and then maybe even a quick wash just to make them look a little bit more interesting rather than a bit of grey plastic. Overall, more than happy with the amount of stuff in there. Not as nervous, but still a little bit nervous about painting that scale, but we'll see how it goes. I'll go into that as I do it. It's probably something we'll talk about on the podcast, so our intention is build all the things, have a battle as soon as possible, give our thoughts on it. I know the Orbats were released, and again, not had a chance to look at those, but we're probably going to go rule of cool and just put everything we get on a table rather than doing a points battle first, just because of how it goes. I'm probably going to go for the gunnery version of the land ship, just because I'm interested to see how that goes, unless it means that I can't build a force, because obviously you need a commander. So if I can't build a force with the Sovereign, without the Sovereign, sorry, then I will be building the Sovereign. I'm quite magnetised, to be honest, on this, because it just does look so very easy to do, but at the same time, my skills in that are incredibly poor, so we'll see what happens. I'll have a look and I'll make a decision. I might just not glue it on, I might just blue tack it on potentially, because it is literally just the dome and the large gun that you need to swap out to make the different ones. So yeah, I might just do that rather than magnetising. Might just a little bit of blue tack under it, nice thin layer of blue tack, and it should be fine. So that's it. Hopefully this has given you a good indication of what's in a faction starter. Obviously it is, if you are definitely going to be playing Armoured Clash, which obviously myself and Sam are super invested already, this is definitely the way to go. The intro sets are more of a I'm interested but I'm not sure, I will give it a whirl, and for the price and for what you're going to get in there, absolutely worth getting into one of those if you're not sure first. And then you can always add on to this, because I think, if I remember rightly, somebody said that basically 2 of these faction battle groups is going to be like a really sizable force. So having a faction starter and intro set, should I say, a faction intro set, and then adding a battle group onto it afterwards shouldn't really make a lot of difference by the looks of things, because the increments that the sprues build matches with the Orbats. So every sprue will build like a set of something that the unit can go up in those amounts. So if there's 4 on the sprue, then it will go up in 4s. If there's 6 on the sprue, it'll go up in 6s, etc, etc. So there's going to be no wastage. You're always going to be able to build and round up to the right number. So if you're not sure, have a look at the intro sets. If you're definitely sure, I think a faction battle group starter is probably your best bet. And for the price that I paid and what I got, super happy. Just want to get it together now, but I'm extremely tired, so I won't be doing it tonight. So thanks for watching, guys. It's a little bit rambly, but hopefully you've got a good idea of what's in the box. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.